MULN stock faced a pullback today that wiped away almost 30% of the gains that we've realized for the last few days, you guys. We did recoup some of those gains in the last moments of the trading day today, but what does that actually mean for MULN stock for the coming days? Let's go ahead and find out in this video. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. This is ARCa coming at you with a MULN raw price action, technicals, and statistical threat of analysis. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCa. With that said, let's dive right into the charts, you guys. So yeah, you guys, we did face that pullback today. It was pretty substantial at one point, but we did recoup a lot of those losses, which is a very good thing, you guys. So you can see actually that we actually ended up with this candle testing our support from the ascending channel once again, you guys. So somebody in the Discord did mention that that when I said that it was going to be a rocky trek to the top, I really meant it. And yes, I I really did mean that, you guys. We're facing economical. I'm sorry. We're facing economical catalysts. You guys, the midterm elections are coming on and coming in on Tuesday, and I'm not sure when core CPI is going to be released, but that's another metric that we have to look out for, you guys. So all of these things are leaving some indecision in the markets and leaving a type of anxiety behind the trade, and you can actually see it across all platforms too, you guys. You can see in especially in the indices. But yeah, so let's go ahead and continue, you guys. So the price action, almost, this is a 12-hour right here, which is interesting because we are this is another silly formation, but it looks like it's actually now realizing what could be a bull flag. This is a very typical pattern. I usually like to see a bull flag realize on the third candle after two pullback candles, right? So we are in the 12-hour. So when this type of price action happens in a larger time frame, we can actually give it some weight, you guys. So I wanted to talk to you about some variables here. As you can see, our play is absolutely happening per our criteria, right? You guys, we mentioned that we needed the volatility component of the BBWP indicator as well as the moving average, both pivoted to the downside alongside our stochastic momentum indicator pivoted towards the upside for us to be able to apply the statistical metrics that we got based on the volatility versus momentum profile, you guys. Out of the entire trading history of MULN stock, we measured a duration of iterations. We measured the upside thrust versus the incorrect and correct iterations guessed to the upside based on both of the indicators, you guys. So through those metrics, we noticed that we had a total of 21 iterations, of which 12 were guessed to the upside correctly. That gives us an averaged upside accuracy of 57.14% with an averaged upside thrust of 172.12% over the span of just under 14 days, you guys. So the criteria for those 172% to the upside were based, like what I said, volatility component to the downside, also moving average to the downside alongside both the signal and the moving average of the stochastic momentum, both pivoted towards the upside, guys. We definitely have that, and we are in play for that as well. So what I wanted to talk to you about is a variable. So this, you see, this pivot is changing. If it changes and it starts going up to the upside again, that doesn't necessarily mean that our direction is going to change to the downside. Remember that I said that volatility is entirely direction neutral, and the iterations that I measured were all based from a contraction phase starting from these critical highs, which I consider to be anything above this blue line, the 90th percentile, you guys. So every single time that we started a contraction phase from critical expansive levels, we did get those iterations to give us the 172% mean to the upside, you guys. So know that these are statistical metrics. They are not certainties, but we can definitely see that we are in play thus far, you guys. Okay, so the 172% metric to the upside has direct confluence with our resistance of our ascending channel, you guys. This is a very good thing. So let's go ahead and move on to the next chart. and gauge a bias in direction for the coming days, you guys. Please remember that the midterm elections on Tuesday are of incredible importance to the price action. So we do have to practice risk management, make sure that we have our stops in, and most importantly, remember that I am not a financial advisor. I can't actually suggest for you guys to buy or sell any assets. Please take whatever I do say within these videos as a form of entertainment. I need you to do your own DD and we'll be okay, right, you guys? Okay, so now the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame. New listeners, before we say that, this upper half of the RSI is the bullish control zone. The bottom half is the bearish control zone. You guys, the inner workings is the weakness percentile, and the outer workings is the strength percentile, okay? So we can see that the 30-minute is suggesting a continuation to the upside, you guys. But please remember, I talk about this very often, you guys. When we're in the shallow areas of either the bear weakness percentile or the bull weakness percentile, we're likely to be gravitated towards one another and thus creating sideways trading with small range up and down. But it's you know, it's very reminiscent to what's happening with our economical data releases, guys. So this is it is an upside pivot. We can see some upside in the immediate short term, but we can't put too much weight on it, you guys. It is just a small time frame. So let's go ahead and move on to the bi-hourly. Bi-hourly is suggesting a continuation to the upside, you guys. And the good thing is that we are above the moving average, which is this pink line, and the RSI signal is the light purple. So we are above the moving average and suggesting a continuation to the upside, which is very good. As you can see, we've been using this moving average as a form of support and a sense of a guide for us to move up to the upside, you guys. So now let's look at the 6-hour RSI and see what it's got. Okay, so as we move up the time frames, our pivot to the upside is starting to weaken just a bit, you guys. We are getting a small hint from our moving average that we are still headed to the upside, but please remember, we are within the shallow areas of the bear weakness percentile, which means that we can be gravitated into bull weakness, and thus continuing this range of up and down, but nonetheless still in upward motion, which is the most important thing, and is also suggesting such a move based on us being in the channel support or riding the channel support, right? So let's go ahead and look now at a larger time frame. So let's look at the 6-hour, and yes, we already did. Let's look at the 12-hour RSI, you guys. So the 12-hour RSI, just like I said, as we start getting into larger time frames, we're starting to see the pivot actually become more direction neutral. As you can see, the moving average is also starting to pivot like straight to the right, you guys. This is definitely psychology at its best, you guys. So the daily is suggesting a slight pullback, you guys, but this is a very, very small pivot for it being a larger time frame. So we could give it some weight, but look at this. The buy daily is actually suggesting a continuation to the upside, and this is already in the very deep areas of, or the shallow areas actually, of the bear strength percentile, very likely to jump in to bear weakness, you guys. This is very good. We're using the moving average as a form of support as well. So another thing is, you guys, is that in our this is my signature indicator, you guys, in partnership with Crypstex Trading. We have a set of indicators that can be used for momentum style day trade, scalp style type trades, you guys, and they have endorsed me, and since partnered with me, to create these types of indicators, you guys. So this is a really interesting indicator. This has a set of exponential moving averages all set very close to each other so that we can see a wave pattern and a sense of direction for the trade in the immediate short term, with also, if you will, buy and sell signals, you guys. So if we got a short signal right at this point, we went down, we have a long signal, went up, and the reason why I'm mentioning this now, you guys, is that yes, we did face a pullback today, but we still are honoring the long signal. We have not printed a short a short signal just yet, which is a very good thing. The indicators have proved some worth to me, you guys. So this is very good to notice. I think this is a pretty good place for me to leave off the video, you guys. Thank you so much for all your support. If you want to ask me any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me on Discord or Twitter. I'll make sure to leave the links in the description below for you to consider joining the trading community on Discord, guys. So with that said, I wish you a good night, a good weekend, and I will catch you at the bell on Monday. Adios.